We are live. We are live. How are you doing? Look at that. Look at the time. Look at the time. I think we're close, okay? I'm just 3 minutes late, but I've been here and I've been seeing your comments. I'm just setting up one more thing and then we're ready to get started. Um, this is the challenge I have working all by myself. So give me one quick second because I need to turn on my dashboard and I have two and I don't know which one it is. These are the things that are stressful, YouTube. How would I know? How will I know which one is which? Okay, let me do some guesswork so we can just get started. How's that? How is that? Okay, I clicked the right one. I'm in the right room. Woo, 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 woo. Hello, everybody. This is Mzansi Unfiltered, and I confirm my presence. Yes, I confirm my presence on behalf of the members of the public jury. And not only that, I confirm my presence on behalf of Wondava. And then, wait for it. Somebody said in the comment section, my Lord definitely watches the podcast, the YouTube streets. So you know what? Shout out to the Know Nothings. Okay, they deserve an honorary mention. And I see you taking up your space because my Lord thinks that by throwing jabs, by throwing, you mean he's too old for that. Is he not too old to be behaving so gangster? To be throwing out names. Guys, I have a confession. I'm a little bit off my kiddo. Is that what they say? I'm a little bit off because I just saw a post from Patricia Mashale. Let me read it to you. Um, it has me concerned. And Patricia Mashale does not strike me as a member of the, and I know there's some people who get absolutely upset when I talk about Patricia Mashale. I wonder why. Because I've been talking, it's not strange for me to talk about Patricia Machado. Okay, fine. This week I did go a little bit overboard. But wouldn't you? She was inside parity within the ad hoc committee. Do you guys realize that she made it? You know, I'm sure there are other people who also applied and they tried to get her off the list. If you've been following the ad hoc committee, they tried. They tried so hard to make sure she is not on the list, but the voters, and she got in, and she was inside Parati within. Okay, let me find the post. Why can't I find it? I thought I saved it. Another quick second. It won't take me long because I want to read it to you. So if I sound a little bit off, I am. I'm not even gonna make it any kind of excuses. So Patricia Mashale just shared that about 2 hours ago that it seems like my family is under attack now, and I believe it's related to the information and names I mentioned at the ad hoc committee. This morning, I was informed that our dog was found dead. It looks like it had been poisoned. And when I read that, I said, huh, they really be liking poisoning dogs, these Mkulugujas, because this is not the first time that we have heard about a dog. Because it was an extremely healthy and active dog, and it was still fine last night. So imagine that you go to bed, your dog is all fine. Probably gave him supper, he ate his supper, no incidences, and then you wake up. She does share a picture of the dog. Very sad, very, very sad. And you can tell even the dog was caught by surprise. Um, we believe that it might have been poisoned during the early hours of the morning. I took the liberty to inform the chairperson of the ad hoc committee because this is a clear sign of retaliation and a discreet warning. I'm repeating again, if anything happens to me or any of my family members, the obvious suspects are the ones I implicated and named in the ad hoc committee. All of them should be held accountable. And I like that she says all. Like there's none who gets grace. All of them should be held accountable. But are they working as a syndicate? I don't know. But we have the video proof. The videos show the names. Well, we get to hear her say the names, and it's on record. and members of the public jury are watching closely. The reason I said I don't think Patricia Mashale is a member of the is it Me Too gang is because she's never been like this. So I find it, and the reason I say that is because if you don't know or if you don't follow the Madlanga Commission, listen, the Madlanga Commission is getting scary. It is getting scary out there. So let me give you a very quick synopsis. The Madlanga Commission in November had a witness named Witness D, whom we later got to know his name as Marius. Witness D was Witness D came to the Madlanga Commission. I did several videos on it. That's why I'm going to do a very brief synopsis. Witness D came to the Madlanga Commission, and at the Madlanga Commission, he told a story that was shocking. Okay, he told a story about how he and 12 others went to a certain suspect's house, whom we now know today as Mbese, and they searched the house, they torturized him, they tubed him. You already know. Tubing is a very famous favorite. I don't know if it's famous or favorite, but they absolutely love tubing. So, you know, Pretorius tubed Mbense. Witness D saw this with his own eyes. Bense didn't survive. They put him in the truck and then they dumped him in the river. And Witness D is the one who actually did the dumpation, put him in the river, and his body was found the next day, and now it's an open case, but they're failing to solve it. For some reason, they're failing to solve it, even though Witness D has given names and what exactly happened. Long story short, Ben's family has gone to AfriForum for assistance, and AfriForum has, of course, taken the case. And now, so Witness D in December, so he gave his testimony in November. In December, while on a Friday night, after coming home from dinner with his family, he gets out of his car to open the gate and they take him out. Pew pew. Pew pew happens right there in front of his wife and his two young children who are boys. They are now boys who are fatherless. Again, we have more boys who have lost their father to crime. So that was in December. He gets buried. Madlanga Commission now never announces their witnesses ahead of time, except of course when the witnesses run to the court, and then we know that okay, they've been summoned. So we had a very interesting week this week at the Madlanga Commission. We had Vusimuzikat Matlala's alleged on and off again. No, that's not a baby mama. That's not a cougar. Girlfriend. I guess that's what we'll call it. Come to the stand and tell us stories about herself. And then we also had, who else did we also have? We also had the escapists. Yeah, we had Witness F, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, I can't remember who Witness E is, but then we had Witness F. F as in Fanny. No, not Fanny Masamola. F as in Fanny, the one who went to Kati Sumulipi's house and had the white bag of chocolates given to him by Kati Sumulipi, who, by the way, was also inside party within the court this week. Guys, it's South Africa when they say it's a movie. I think, like, if we wrote what just happened last week alone and submitted it to Hollywood as a script, they would be like, wow, your creativity is amazing, not knowing that South Africa is a movie, a drama, a series. Like, in 1 week, that's all that happened. And then, of course, we also had Mr. Ngwato. That is Witnesses F, lawyer. Witness F was testifying in camera, which means he was not present on site. His lawyer had to sit in the hot seat, and man, that man, you know what, with these days, things happening, I'm not going to say anything, and then I'm also going to be dragged to come and talk about what I said in my podcast. But anyway, here's the thing. Witness F, then, for some strange reason, they went for lunch, they came back, and they said, listen, Witness F, we can barely hear you, because he's obviously talking on speaker, because over there, wherever he is, he has legal representation, and before they answer questions, there's this delay tactic, as if we don't know what they're doing. So there's this delay tactic. So when they came back from lunch, Madlanga said, hey, we can't hear you. Can you speak a little bit closer? And he said, wait. In fact, I'm not feeling well. I have a cold. I beg the commission to let me go to the doctor. And just like that, they went to the doctor. I think Mandanga needs to get serious. Okay, he's a very nice man. He's a very kind man. He's a very gracious man. And let me tell you, when he loses it, he loses it. But he's very gracious, and I think he's fair. I think he's fair. Too bad he can't give Judge Rata a tutorial. He's kind of busy right now. But he's very fair. He's polite. He's not rude. And when he becomes stern, you hear the sternness, but you don't feel enraged by it. So that's what happened over there at the Mazanga Commission. And then on Friday, we had Shadrach. No, we didn't have Shadrach. That's not Shadrach video. I don't know if you guys know. I do a lot of videos. Hello to everybody in the room. I see you. I see you. Thanks for joining. Okay. So inside Parity Within. Okay. Once upon a time, I did a video. Again, Patricia Mashale. You guys watched it. I did a video where Patricia Mashale won the case against her. Won the case between her and Shadrach Sibiya for defamation of character. And in that video is Shadrach Sibiya's lawyer, and he's saying some not so nice things about Patricia Mashale in that video. I did a whole video, guys. Okay, please go watch it. Or should I look for it and share it? We'll see. We'll see how the time goes. Okay. Whew. And then Jiggy Jiggy inside the Mazanga Commission, there he is, smiling away, sitting in the hot seat, and I'm like, that's Shadrach Sibiya. Legal representative. Like it's like they all use the same person, and it's like a merry-go-round, and it's like, okay, your turn. Oh no, my turn. Yes, your turn. Because Julius Malema also uses the same law firm. But anyway, we're not there. So I thought that was interesting, and he was there, of course, begging if the commission could allow. Now they were begging, and he was there representing not Shadrach Sibiya in this instance. He was representing the businessman implicated in the Malanga Commission, Karim. And he was there humble. Yes, he ate his humble pie before arriving at the Malanga Commission because the previous day they had done an urgent application that their client shouldn't be subpoenaed, and then the urgent application was thrown out of court because the judge said, why is it urgent now? Huh? You've been knowing that you've been supposed to go to the Malanga Resm, and now you're urgenting? No. And then, in true Mazanga style, they said, well, it's Ramadan, and, because of Ramadan? What? Is Ramadan a reason for not appearing before the commission? I don't know much about Ramadan, but let me just high level, and I could be mixing them up. But I think Ramadan is when you go a full day without eating, and then you break your fast. I don't know when they break your fast. Maybe let's say 7 p.m. So you go the whole day. And the purpose, the way I understand it, I'm not Muslim, guys, so please don't come for me. This is just high level summary. And I know about Ramadan because my neighbors are, well, I know of, let me say off. I know of Ramadan because my neighbors are Muslim, and I always know when the festivities are because, lo and behold, they also definitely do give me some of the food. And do I enjoy it? Yes. Can't guilty confession. But anyway, we're not there. Basically, I think you break the fast. I think you break the fast and then you go to the mosque. Oh my God, it's Jewish. I think you break. You know what? I'm showing my ignorance. Let me just stay out of that topic. I think you break the fast and then you eat until like you have a period where you can eat and then you stop eating. And the whole point of that is that you continue your life as usual. That's what I understand. I could be wrong. And I don't like asking my neighbors for details on these things, So what happened? They said, no, it will be Ramadan. We won't be able to test. It will be very tough on us, right? And Mazanga Rizm says, okay, what? I couldn't believe it. But anyway, that's why he's Mazanga, okay? Judge Rata would have been like, no. Anyway, with that said, that is such a long introduction, and I just want to say hello to everybody. Welcome. Let me go right ahead and check the chat, shall we? Let's catch up on the chat. I did notice the chat was already live. The chat was living, and we have our honorable member, Alf, to the front of the room. I know Alf was there waiting. He took the front seat. Pinky says morning to all Umgulagudus present in the house. Come on now. Yes. Good morning to Umgulagudus. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending, of course, on where you are. Okay, no, she typed this message a long time ago. I love it for us. Good day. Waiting in the corridor already. Yes, Alf, we know you're there. And then he says, you can skip most of my pre-live text on Mzansi Unfiltered and just keeping the live alive whilst I'm listen. Now this is the MVP. Thank you so much, Al, for keeping the live alive. So just so you know, I do have a YouTube manager, and one of the things that they encouraged me to do is to set up the live ahead of time. You guys know I just used to just go live. Some of you then would say, I didn't know you were live. I don't understand live. So YouTube's like, no, set it up, let people know. So it's okay for you to be keeping the live alive. You're doing exactly what YouTube wants. Taking notes of the live and that it is coming. It is coming. And then the next comment says, I can't see the time. What time is it starting? Alf is there in the corridors making everybody has their snacks and is fully aware. Wait, Alf started messaging yesterday? Okay, I love it. And he says he's a creature of instruction. There we go. So, 30 minutes to the live. Hope you have, guys, have you liked the live? I feel like we're just way past reminders of liking the live. Please do. I insist, like the live. And then we are ready for CAS 375 because CAS 636 is done, buried, and 6 feet under. Do you hear what I'm saying? Next comment says, waiting for the date. Attorney Ramosepele'S must come in shape and ever ready. I think he is. I think he has been primed for this moment. I think he has been very much primed for this moment. I think he's eager. I also think he's enraged by everything that has been going on in the court. And that tends to light a fire under Ramosepele. He should have the fire consistently, but that tends to light a fire under him. So I have liked and I am waiting just the way I like it. Okay. Next comment. My dearest Mzansi Unfiltered, be on time. Umfundisi ulindela ngentulo. You will find us halfway. I was on time. 3 minutes is not too bad. 3 minutes is not too bad. By next week, everything will be fine. I'm getting a rhythm now. I have a rhythm. True, keep the live alive. Thank you. And then we have, I hope today it's not about the next witness. Well, surprise, surprise. I think it should be. How do we ensure the state and Rata do not ride on the defense trail? Sneaking in evidence they never adjust. But it's their MO. It's their daily bread. It is what they know best. It is. They have no case. Those are the words of the late Advocate Tilani Joshua Ngomezulu. And then we also have Larry. Larry, hello. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Johnny also says good evening. Hi, good evening. And good evening, good morning, and good day to the Unfiltered gang out there reporting live from South Africa. Kempton Park. Kempton Park is where they took Marco Sanke. Yes, it's also where Paul O'Sullivan was taken to prison. No, to jail, holding cell. Yeah, because it's near the airport. Hi, family, you're inside Parati within. Do you want to know who said inside Parati within over there on the Twitter stream? And I said, I see you. You might never comment on my videos, but I know when someone is watching my videos. We see Timberwire. Hello, sir. All protocol observed. I was laughing. I'm in stitches, and I'm also in stitches when I see you guys put Mkulugutu all over the comments everywhere. So it's quite interesting. So gladness is also here. I confirm my presence, and I am present. There we go. Kulugutu Parati. I see you. Thank you. Reporting live from the Western Cape. So we have Kempton Park and we have the Western Cape. We're still within the borders. We're inside Parati within. Dan is saying, oh, what did she say? What? Oh, Patricia Pashale, I've read it to you. And as I was saying, the reason why I'm a little bit off is because Pretorius, who was implicated by witness D for analyzing Benson, decided to take his own life yesterday. Is it yesterday or today? Gosh, my days are jumbled up in my head. So he has taken his life, but first of all, there were 16 bullets that were pew-pewed attempt on him last week, literally a few days ago, I think Thursday, and then I think he just doesn't do well under pressure. Well, did not do well under pressure. I think pressure was not for him. I think the pressurization, the pressure cooker was too pressuring for him, and he decided to end it all right there in front of his girlfriend. And as I'm following through the story, I say, wow, why would he do that in front of his girlfriend? Like to leave her traumatized because they were having an argument. And then guess what? The identity of the girlfriend was revealed. And I'm like, oh, her. She's also implicated. She was also there the day they took Benson to the river. So, yeah, what do you think they were arguing about? I think she was saying, don't do it. No, but I want to confess. And she was like, don't do it. If you confess, then I'm going down too. And it's like, I'm going to confess. I can't do this anymore. They pew 16 bullets in my car. And she was like, don't do it. And he's like, pew. And he ended his life right there and there because the pressure was too much. The evidence was evidencing. Witness D might have passed away. May his soul rest in peace. Involuntarily. But the evidence was already evidencing, and don't forget the president already took some recommendations. So the heat is on 6. The heat is on 6. And speaking of the heat, guys, I forgot to turn on myself, okay? And I absolutely need to turn it on because I need to eat once we're done live. So I'm going to leave you guys watching while I run. Gosh, okay, I'm going to leave you watching this. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
So what do you think happened?
Bethu ulongo wafika nesibhamu lapha. Ulongo wafika naso isibhamu. Wafika ediniwe bakusho lokho ukuthi ulongo wafika ediniwe ngabingelelanga umuntu engena lapha. Ediniwe ukuthi uZandi wayekade engamtholi. And the day before uZandi walala ngithi kaKheli. Kwalala uZandi nomthoko noSenzo no Kheli babelela ndawonye and ulongo wafika lapho wabona ukuthi awukhona komjito khona la umuntu amangimtholi wafika lo langa ebusuku aphindwa wahamba wabona khona abantu abawuthuthula manje uSenzo noKheli ushuthi umthoko noZandi uvelo ibaselekile ubuya ngakusasa nje vele udiniwe uthi ushuthi awenziwe ibhari yena umuntu wakhe yaxhoshwa ushuthi khona umshayashaya uSenzo umfakele ushuthi umjito wakho waseDurban. Isuka lapho-ke leyo nto isuka ngokuthi le mjito wayidiniwe waxabana nalo nomuntu wakhe kuZandi khathi bexabana kwasuka umsindo donsa isibhamu nomjito ngoba inhlamvu yokuqala yaqhuma yashaya phansi yaze yazolimaza uZandi la asuka lapho xixixi kubanja isibhamu ukuthi kwenza kanjani kudonseka itrigger iyona into efanele iyochazwa ngoba sasingasaphethwe wena kuphela asekubangiswana.
So are you saying that you don't believe what they are saying in court?
Ayikho ngoba le besho ayikho mina ngathi ngifike eGoli ngatshelwa enye indoda abanye abantu statement sami sikhona ngikhuluma into statement sami sikhona ecourt basazongibiza omunye oyikhulu naye shuthi waba involved ekutheni istory fanele simiso kanjani bathi ndodana batlalela la ngikutshela lento ekhulunywayo lo izikhulunywa ukuthi ngene igebengu lapha ayikho lonto ndodana wenzela imedia usenze ubethandwa abantu kakhulu wenzela ukuthi umsindo ungasuke eSouth Africa into eyenzekile nje udubuleke elamula uZandi nesoka lapha ixatshwana ongitshela kanje lo muntu wakhuluma nalabo abasendlini bayazi omunye umuntu omkhulu naye wayekhona kukhulunywa le ebikelwa ngalolu daba usewenzekile.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Can we give Cecil Mayua a standing ovation? Drop those emojis in the comment section to the channel members. Drop that Cecil Mayua emoji. And if you're not a channel member, it's a good time for you to consider joining the channel membership because you get to use our special custom emojis, which are not available anywhere else, okay, on any platform. They're exclusive to Mzansi Unfiltered. Why am I saying give him a standing ovation? Did you listen to the recording that Cecil Mayua said, you know what, Sis Pat, take this with you in your toolbox. You probably have a lot of stuff that you're going to talk about it, but I definitely would appreciate if you would mention my brother and what Advocate Chauke said over there in the recording. Now, is the recording admissible in court? Will Judge Rota speak with rage tomorrow? If he does, guys, that's your clue, okay? That's your clue. He heard the audio. What is Advocate Judge Malloy going to do? And most importantly, is the defense going to bring that evidence into the courtroom? At this point, it is triple hearsay, because Patricia brought it into the ad hoc committee and she was given by Cecil Mayua, and Cecil Mayua is not the person in the conversation. Do you see where I'm going with this? And then inside is Advocate Chauke, who already has his own problems over there at the Government Inquiry with Shamila Patoy. And then Mia. Siyabonga Mia is the one who recorded the audio. So I think that they can only call the two, Mia or Advocate Chauke, if they want to introduce this into the courtroom as evidence. And that's my street credit. That's my street opinion. Has no legal standing, okay? But with that said, Patricia did it. She did. I wanted to count how many issues she brought up in the ad hoc committee. But basically, her theme, I believe, was to highlight and showcase that there isn't just corruption in SAP. No, there's absolute corruption. The corruption is so corruptioning, okay? It tracks across so many realms. But there's one part, I'm going to go off topic for a second. There's one part that I just find strange about SAP. Does SAP not have terms of reference when it comes to relationships within SAP? That for me is what is standing out as a huge problem. Why? Let me find the right way to say this. I don't want to offend anyone. Shadrach Sevilla, we discovered, because of MK Party. You see, when MKP decides to come through and work the work, they do the work. And then there's MKP when they decide to just fire shots fired the entire time they're talking to Patricia Machado. That exposes motive, but we're not there, okay? It wasn't Shongwe and it wasn't Kosana. Nomvalo. Yeah. Honorable Nomvalo says to Shadrach Sevilla, who is blah, blah, blah. And Shadrach Sevilla stares at him because you know you're under oath. You have no choice but you have to answer. And he says, it's the mother of my child. And then Shadrach Sevilla, and then he says, through his teeth, says, who is? Anyway, let me find the clip. I've got the clip. And he says, who is? And he says, it's the mother of my child. And then he goes, and then that's when we find out, wait a damn minute. Shadrach Sevilla has a mother of his child who is not his wife. And she was a brigadier. I'm not going to say anything further. You know what? I'm going to save it for my members only section because what is going on in SAP? They seem to like to reproduce. They seem to want to have relationships within them. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having relationships and reproducing. I'm just not sure why the partners have to be workmates in the same department. No wonder Kat Matlala was able to infiltrate SAP. It's too easy, if you ask me. Kat Matlala probably sat down and said, I need a brigadier. I need someone who can tell me what I need to know. And, you know, men are very expensive. I'm going to have to keep paying. But when it comes to a woman, I'm just going to have to make her smile here and there, give her a hem pick. Guys, the stories from last week literally shocked me. Are they real? I don't know. Are they made up? We're yet to see. But the bottom line that I'm getting at is there's more than one instance where we keep hearing, and then my boyfriend or my husband, and they're all within that. Well, let's also use Advocate Johnson. They all stay within the same realm. Are there no rules against this? That's my big question. So if you're a staff, please let me know in the comment section. Then we also have Paul Sullivan who said, Masemola is also very flexible and he's doing things in the office with, other members. But it's yet to be proven because Paul Sullivan has not come to say it on official record. He said it on the YouTube street, but that isn't evidence until you're inside under oath with your documents and files and evidence, and then we will listen to you. But anyway, I say this all to say that thank you to Patricia Mashale. I don't think I've said that out loud. Yeah, thank you to Patricia Mashale for honoring the request from the Mayua family. I think just being heard, and maybe they feel unheard because maybe Valoy ended the case without even bringing up the recording. Oh, Valoy couldn't bring up the recording. And also, where have you ever heard of the defense being supported by the family of the deceased? That doesn't happen anyway, except for Ntanzi'S trial. What a sad, sad, sad reality for the family. But the audio is out there. It is circulating, and it is circulating, and so many people have got to hear it. And it is quite shocking, which is why I keep saying to you, keep sharing the Ntanzi'S videos, not just my videos. I'm not speaking on behalf of my channel only. I'm speaking on behalf of everybody. Please keep sharing the videos. What you're doing when you're sharing is you're keeping the story alive, and you're keeping the story as a searchable item so that everybody, even those who are not following the case, start to understand it, especially now that it keeps on coming up at the ad hoc committee, it keeps on coming up at the Malangarism. The Ntanzi'S trial is a prerequisite to all this Mguluguje tendencies. They started out here, and they said, you know what, let's see how far we can go with this. How much can we get away with? We already know Bongani Ntanzi'S case begins tomorrow, and we're going to get into that. Let me quickly glance through these comments. So, Dan, yes, they are using red scorpion, not poison, but venom. I was going to ask, what do you mean red scorpion? What does that mean? Does that mean it's not traceable? What does that mean? That is absolutely scary, and that is absolute cruelty to animals as well. Justice for Patricia Mashale's pet. She doesn't tell us his name, but justice for him. The picture is very sad, guys. It's on her Facebook page. The picture is very, very sad. How the dog literally fell, and that's where their life ended. Like, if you're in pain, you shrivel into a ball. The dog didn't even get to do that. Didn't get to do that. But yep, if you want to see the picture, it is on Patricia Mashale's Facebook page. And then Stanley is watching from Myra Village. We also have Cape Town. Hi, everybody. Parati inside. So let's make sure that we keep Patricia Mashale in our prayers. I know we have prayer warriors in the comment section. I've seen you guys, and I saw a comment last week, and the comment says, you see, I read your comments. I might not respond because I might not be able to respond at the time, but I do see your comments. And I remember this comment, and might not be verbatim, and it says, oh no. This is after Moses Sevilla's witness didn't come. And this, I was going to say our intercessor, okay? And I think I'm okay to say that because they always comment and they always keep everyone in prayer, especially the five accused, the defense team, and dun, okay? I think I'm going to call them our unfiltered intercessor in the comment section. And she said, I feel horrible because I had stopped praying because I thought things were just smooth, going smoothly. And she said something like, I think this is my fault. This is my fault because I had stopped praying. And I want to say it's not your fault. It is not your fault. Evil might look like it has won last week, but we don't give up the fight. We pick up our tools and we continue. We keep on tracking because the Senzo Mayua trial had to, might not like it, Senzo Mayua trial had to adjourn so that we could all go watch Patricia Michelle. Think about it. Think about it. If the Senzo Mayua trial was on, would we have had time to go watch Patricia Michelle? For me, I can say no. That would have been difficult to catch up. So the Senzo Mayua trial, the witness never showed up. We don't know who that witness is except that he was a he. He never showed up. He disappeared. And I know some of you don't like us talking about religion and the spiritual realm, but okay? It's the real world and this is real stuff. So allow us to have our moment, okay? I mean, over there at the Madanga Commission, they are given exception for Ramadan. So allow me to have this moment with my intercessors, okay? So I don't think it was your fault. I think everything. I'm a believer of everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and I think the reason was for us to go listen to Patricia Michelle. I think so. The case is not over. We still have to go through Bongani Ntanzi'S case, and you already know Miss is coming back with the case number 3, Prince Kaja movie, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be on fire. It's going, Miss is not done. And I also think Missy needed that break. Missy was enraged. Did you guys notice? Missy was enraged. And once you become enraged, and I'm not speaking directly to Missy, but sometimes you start to make mistakes. You start to make mistakes and you start to slip up. And I think the week off was a good time to regroup and gather itself. I'll give you another example. Patricia Michelle and not advocate, no. Honorable Kasana, that heated moment, that head butting, it was intense, it was fire, but Patricia was like, I'm listening and I'm going to answer everything you have to say. But then you start to slip up. That's when she started to say Home Affairs, Department of Labor instead of Home Affairs, because you are so engulfed with rage. Rage takes over you and then you miss the point and you miss the mark. So that's why, even if you're enraged, even if you have to rein it in, and that is something I live by. You have to rein it in so that you can get through your points in a professional manner, and then no one is going to focus on the rage because now the rage took the platform. The rage became the story of the day between Uskosana and Patricia Michelle. For me, it exposed Uskosana as a fraud because all along he was singing the Senzo Mayua song until it's now time to talk about the audio, and Mr. Honorable Kosana does absolutely nothing. After, I think the last thing he once said was, the Mayua family has asked me to say blah, 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 blah. And he seemed genuine. Now for me, because of the exchange he had with Patricia Michelle and because he ignored the audio, for me, it erases everything from before that he's done for the Senzo Mayua child because it's disingenuous. But enough about that. Then Patricia Michelle, after that whole heated moment, now she's with Honorable Bernard, and then it's like, yeah, hi girl, how you doing? I'm good. What? The code switching was so abrupt. So when I played that clip, I made sure you saw I didn't cut it. It was literally within seconds, Patricia Michelle was able to downgrade, okay, her tone of voice, her rage, and I understand. I'm not against it. I just think that was she could have reined it in and still exposed Honorable Kosan. But I'm done speaking about that. Let's continue to keep Patricia Michelle in your prayers, okay? Protection over her, her family, and everyone around her, surrounded by these Gulaviches, because them Gulaviches they're not doing well. Because now, you see, Epongwen is a real place, okay? Prison is a real place. That I live by the saying, prison is a real place. Anytime I'm about to lose it, I'm like, prison. And I can't survive. I cannot survive, okay? So that's some stuff I just wanted to share. Kambeni says promises to be exciting worldwide coverage. My lord. Yeah, tomorrow I have my confidence in Ramosepele. I'm going to be fair and I'm going to be honest. If it was Ramosepele from a trial within a trial, I would have been nervous. Um, the new and improved Ramosepele, I'm gonna say, ever since Advocate Ngomezulu passed away, don't forget he's the one who brought Ngomezulu into this. If it was not for Ramosepele, there would have never been Ngomezulu in there. So I believe Ramosepele has been on fire since then. He speaks out more. He's not. What does he say? I'm not. What did he say? Oh my goodness. He said something along the lines, I'm not argumentative, something like that. But he will bring a point across, and I like that he uses law to fight my lord, and my lord finds it difficult to challenge Ramosepele in the same manner that he challenges Umnisi. So, boom, Parati inside Bondava. I see you. God protecting Ntanzi, sending powerful prayers to Ntanzi's family and Senzo. This is from Botswana. Thank you so much. We finally left South Africa. We've got somebody checking in from outside. Dan says this what happens when no arrests are effected. Why the hell is Braji still roaming around South Africa? Because nobody has opened the case. Well, Warrant Officer Makubo has, but we all know that George Valoy put that docket at the bottom drawer to gather dust. But next comment says, please check on our host. She may be by GNU. I confirm my presence as part of the jury. Exactly. Hi, Nombulelo. Owetu says, I don't know what that word is. Oh, I confirm my appearance on behalf of the public jury. Thank you, thank you. See you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. And then I'm inside Parati saying, hello, David, with my like. Guys, please submit your like. It is absolutely free, I promise you. She seems to be well kept. Ooh, Patricia? Oh, you mean the brigadier? Good evening, Gulugutus. I love you from Santon. Hello, hello, hello. I am sorry I am late. No, we're just getting started. We're just warming up. I'm good. Just monitoring these YouTube streams. Yes, please. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the update. Yes, good to hear that. I'm getting increasingly frustrated with this mafia state here. I think that is the big word. It is so much worse than I thought. Definitely no arrest. Nope. Actually, if you think about it, has anyone been arrested since the 6th of July, 2025? Let me just do a quick rundown in my mind. No, but there have been deaths. That's all that's been happening. You see, they're now fighting amongst themselves and they're taking each other out. They are now taking each other out. It is becoming scary. The criminal justice system is better act swiftly. Good evening. Hi, Robert. I am confirming my presence on behalf of the defense team. Is the case on Monday or Tuesday? I think it's Monday. Am I wrong? I think it's Monday. Let me know. It's down below if I'm wrong. As things stand, I think we just need one directive of a J50 with all the suspected Keninza members and club mates from the SAP prosecutors, correctional services, DDPs, and IPs. Yeah, there's just way too many of them. I think, in my opinion, I just think they need to just, take an eraser, erase everything and start again. Start the SAP members again, appoint new brigadiers. Excuse me. Do lifestyle audits. Because let me tell you something, they're out there with motorbike, and speedboat. So nice being in Gulugudu on these streets. I'm inside. I confirm my presence on behalf of Awandaba. I am concerned about this guy. If they touch her, I am going to lose it. One thing about Patricia Machado is she does not lose her steam. She didn't lose her steam. In fact, I believe the entire time when they were throwing her name under the bus, at the ad hoc committee and the Mzansi Commission, she got a lot of heat. Okay, she picked up a lot of heat, a lot of smoke, a lot of confrontation. She was called a lot of names. Even I was confused as one of those people. How dare you confuse me? Um, you know, that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't mind being quoted, but you better quote me correctly. You better say it like I said it. Oh yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go off on that tangent because I'm going to get upset again. So basically, Patricia, she never picked up smoke. I think she just said, you know what? Let them wait. Let them wait. And she made it to the ad hoc committee. I'm actually happy she made it to the ad hoc committee and she spoke to the public as opposed to had they not called her. Had they not called her, different narratives would have still been flying and she wouldn't have been given the right of reply. And I think she deserves having the right of reply. We even saw it with Jeff Wick. Jeff Wick is the problem. Jeff Wick is the problem. Okay, he sent Shadrach Severe an email and said, "Hey, what's up, buddy? Listen, I'm about to do an article and I'm giving you a right of reply. This is what they're saying about you, and this is what I'm publishing in the article. Your move. What you want to do? Get back to me by 9 p.m." And Shadrach Severe, of course, responded in the background, of course. Went to WhatsApp. Like, I shouldn't have to teach Nkulugutus everything. I can't teach you everything. Why are you using WhatsApp? Why are you forwarding? You see, if you hadn't forwarded all these things, they would not be beaming it over there at the Mzansi Commission. The secondary embarrassment that I have for Shadrach Severe. So Jeff Rick sends you an email and you forward it in WhatsApp to Witness F. And Witness F communicates with the cat matala. And then there's some back and forth. And then you come back now when you've gathered yourself as a good representative and come back to Jeff Wick to say dun. It's embarrassing. All protocol observed, of course, General. I don't mean to undermine your intelligence. That's not what I'm doing. But you're a general. You're right there. After Master Mola is Shadrach. No, sorry. After Master Mola was Shadrach Syria because he's suspended now. But I don't think you get into those positions just because. I think that people got distracted in their extracurricular activities with Nkulugutus and they made mistakes and they made slip ups. And that's why there's the cookie crumb all over that Umkonaze is just picking up and picking up and picking up all these breadcrumbs and putting into a docket and proving the proving. It's really bad. But anyway, everything of course is alleged. Okay. Everything is alleged, Shadrach. Okay, I didn't say it. I'm just repeating what is said at the ad hoc committee and at the Mzansi Commission. I don't say anything you haven't said out loud with your chest. As a matter of fact, I actually miss you. Yeah. Where have you gone, Shadrach? Get too quiet. I miss the good old days where you would respond. And then I would take my mic and do a video and respond and say, silence can never be misquoted. Now guess who takes me seriously and doesn't respond anymore to media? Shout out to Shadrach Severe, the real MVP of the Nkulugutu Kingdom, because wow. You finally stopped responding to media. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you finally took me into consideration. And now run me my check. Anyway, no, don't put it in a Woolies bag. Official. write the check. This Pat did us proud. Woo hoo hoo hoo! Do. She really did. I pray and hope that Mia is mentally fit to come to court. He needs to be protected. Hi. Hi, Phil. How are you? So after that audio, the court will ignore it and continue with the lies again. Yeah, it's going to be business as usual unless the defense brings it up. My money is on Shalolo, crime intelligence boss, legal team. New Orleans New Orleans is back. How are you doing? Did you survive the snow? Let me know how you're doing. Where is Mr. Afriforum? Mr. I think the evidence is quite correct. Mr. How dare you? Where is Afriforum? Where is he? Where is he? Huh? I don't know. He's joined the silent gang. Yes. We haven't heard from him in a while, but maybe, he does, he is the watching brief for the Mayua family, so maybe he's still watching briefing. Maybe he's still running the watching briefing show. I don't know, but blink twice if you've changed your mind. As members of the public jury, we're very forgiving. We follow the evidence. The evidence sways us left or right. And I think as legal representation, watching brief, you're also entitled to be swayed left and right. You're entitled to follow the evidence, but you must come back and say it with your chest where you stand. We miss you. Damn, I miss so many people today. As it pleases the court, my lord. Guys, I love this lingo. I love it. I love it so much. Watching Russell's attitude is going to change tomorrow since he heard about the recording. I'm going to be watching him with the hawk's eye. No, not hawk. No, not hawk's eye. No, hawks. Never mind. I confirm my presence on behalf of the Northwest Province. I'm excited. Did you guys notice why I'm excited about the Northwest Province? Because Ramosepele told us his witness is coming from the Northwest. Ramosepele, why would you do that? There's always on the way. You know that. Sorry, guys, I forgot my throat. I'm trying to swallow without the mic picking up that I'm swallowing. So excuse me if you don't like those sounds. Excuse me. I confirm my presence on behalf of the Ramosepele. Why would you tell us? Don't tell us where the next witness is from or give hints. In fact, as I mean the cold drink unit, okay? Don't tell the cold drink unit anything. Come on now, Ramosepele. We're too far in this for you to be making such a rookie mistake. We're too far in this. Talk about prayer warriors. The way I pray for Ntanzi, I never had to pray for someone I never met before. Let me tell you something. Since the Mayua trial is a roller coaster, and thank you so much. Keep on praying. All in God's time. Mzansi Unfiltered. A venom from a certain scorpion will cause high blood pressure, respiratory failure, and a heart attack. Dan, how do you know this? Do you watch National Geographic endlessly? We all saw those symptoms play out. Oh, after a previous family pet was hit. I'm so sorry that happened. Okay, I take back my nasty comment. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so guys, don't try this at home. Still, I have to put that disclaimer. And cold drink unit, stop it. Okay, let me read this again. It will cause high blood pressure, respiratory failure, and heart attack. I think that makes sense. Because if you look at that picture, it looks like the dog was just like, walking, and then poof. Like it was very instant. The end was very instant. I don't want to say that it suffered. I've had pets before. Like we've had many dogs. And we did have Mkulugutus come and Mkulugutus feed the dog stuff, but they would throw up. And none of them actually died. Yeah, no, they didn't die. But they would throw up or get sick or fall asleep, those kind of things. So, have we had a dog yesterday? Yeah, you can see the symptoms. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to go back to my childhood. And yeah, none of our dogs died. Did they die? My mom would just get really tired of them and she'd send them away. She'd send them away, like not away on the street, like she'd give them away. Like she'd get so fed up and give them away. But my siblings, those naughty little kids, would then just bring another one. I don't know where they captured this. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So throughout my entire childhood, we always had pets, always. And by pets, I mean dogs. So I'm just pausing to think about this and aligning what Dan has said with the picture I saw on Facebook. And literally, I don't mean any disrespect, but it does not look like the dog suffered. It literally looks like it was walking and then poof, it fell down. It felt instant. So I guess that's the heart attack element that Dan is talking about. Wow. Boxburg. Inside the Boxburg court, Rata refused for the video to be played. I think it's the audio. Is it a video or an audio? From another magistrate who was out there saying, you know what, let me just hit record. I don't feel safe. Next comment says, may God protect Gininda and not go to. Wait. Oh, you mean, what's his name? Pretoria from last night. Is that the garage? The so-called person of interest. Okay, so may God protect Rajiv. Oh, you mean so that he's not part of the cold case unit? The case is too warm for him. He can't be there. He has no jurisdiction. It's not his jurisdiction. Hi, Mzansi Unfiltered and family. I'm inside Parati within them Gulugutus. Here we go. Greetings, Chief. Rizani says, I wish Gininda, Veloy, and Rata to live longer so that they can see izinto ever ebazenzile empilweni zabantwana babantu. I agree 100%. They must live long enough to even see the doors of Boeing. And I said what I said. Said what I said. Phakathi thina bondaba, inside Phakathi within. Rams will definitely bring us a very different angle tomorrow. I think so too. I think like we're just gonna shift gears tomorrow and we'll be like, whoa. Someone also left me a comment and said, is Bongani Ntanzi'S going to take the stand? I said, no. Don't do it, Rams. Don't put them on the stand. Just like Muzi never took. No, Muzi did take the stand. What am I saying? I think that Muzi is stronger than Bongani Ntanzi. Sorry, Bongani Ntanzi, don't take the stand. Let me reconsider myself. Should Bongani Ntanzi take the stand? Let's ask each other this question. Let me see what you guys say. Let me see if you guys want. Let me put this here. 1 second. Should Ntanzi take the stand tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. No, he isn't strong enough. Da 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 da. I'm not sure. Okay, I started a poll. Da 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 da. Okay, I started a poll. Go ahead, submit your responses, and I'll be sharing this poll at the end of the live or during the live. Why? Because I'm not like News from Africa that doesn't say how many people participated. You see, we've got 7 people right now hit the vote. 10 people have hit the vote. Guys, vote. I know you don't like liking, but at least you can vote. Come on now. And this, if you are Gulugudu, watching from outside the club because you can't comment because you're not subscribed, guess what? You can actually vote. It's anonymous. 14, 15 people have voted. Come through, come through. You guys want him to take the stand? Okay, let me think. Do I? Hey, you guys might be convincing me. Okay, 50%. Say he must take the stand. No, he isn't strong enough. I am not sure. Okay, I'm still gonna watch this poll. Let's keep it up there. All right, let me get back to your comments. There is a case against Kinenza in Newcastle. What is the case? Nsiki, hello, hello, hello. I can't wait to see Kelly going to Masha. I like your visualization, okay? I like it. I can't wait to see Kelly going to Ebony with Gininda and Valoy inside party within. Have you guys noticed we haven't spoke about Kelly in a while? I actually have a video in draft that I want to do, and I still haven't found the time to do it. That's how busy we are. Julius M. Kwanazi may come across as this animated character, but that guy is louder out. And I think he uses that as a front. Especially Miss Brigadier over there, Miss Brigadier girlfriend. She was using her she wanted to come across as naive, as in love. That's all a front. They are all playing mind games. Every single one of them. They're all playing mind games. And the mind game is called how much are you gonna pay me for this role? Guys, when you put money in it, these guys can do anything. Let me give you an example. Mr. Ngretso, Mr. Ngretso, Mr. Ngretso. How are you doing today, sir? Come to the front of the room. If you don't know who he is, he's the legal representative for a witness F at the Malanga Commission. And he showed up, first day appearance, he couldn't even tie his tie. I found that quite offensive. Okay, I do not know how to tie a tie. But if a man is going to show up, a lawyer for that matter, which means they spend most of their time in ties. What kind of Mkulugutu are you? It's giving, let me just put on this tie real quick, real fast, and let me just walk in there. And he looked awful. Okay? And then he then makes up all these 165 excuses. No, there's 4,000 pages to read. And then senior counsel says, well, 1,000 pages. No, we don't have time to read 1,000 pages. Can we have an adjournment? And then Malanga says, okay, read through the weekend and then we start on Monday. No, we can't work on the weekend. I've got a medical appointment. You've got a medical appointment? Yeah, I've got a medical appointment. So what time are you leaving tonight? What time are you coming back? Sunday at noon. And then Monday came. Guess what? Mkulugutu was late. See, one thing about the Malanga Commission, it is not the Senzumewa trial. Being late is not an option. The Malanga Commission starts on time every day. 9:30 is 9:30. And then don't miss that break times are the break times. Then he comes back from lunch. This is now Monday after he was forced to come back. He arrived late and then he said, well, my phone doesn't open PDF. Sir, do you have any more excuses in your hat of tricks? And then at lunchtime, you see Malanga has got a zero tolerance. At lunchtime, he just sat there, wasn't wearing his suit jacket, and Malanga said, oh, sorry, 1 second before we proceed, I think you've forgotten to put on your suit jacket. And he says, it's so hard. It's too hard. I can't do it. Please, please, I don't want to wear my jacket. Whose husband are you? Whose father are you? What is wrong with this man? But for me, it was given, you know, Nisi always tells us that lawyers are creatures of instruction. It was giving his instruction is delay, delay, delay. And he was definitely doing what he was paid to do, in my opinion. Allegedly. Dun dun. All legal reference, all protocol observed. But that's my opinion of him. And all this is, guess what? First impressions matter. That tie, for me, is what sold him out. There's no way you cannot put on a tie properly. Get out of here. And that was the selling point, that he did not care or did not have any respect for the commission. Somebody was paying him a whole lot more. And I'm not counting Fanny Nkosi's pockets, but Fanny. How are you affording all this? Hmm? But anyway, we are not there, okay? So Alf says, back to Alf's comment because I've gone off on a huge tangent. Alf says, Julius Mkonazi may come across as this animated character, but that guy is dangerous. He's more dangerous than Karim and Nona and Shibiri combined. Allegedly in capital letters, okay? Allegedly. Karim, don't come for me. Nona, Shibiri, it's not me, okay? Ooh. But I agree with the comment. I might be trying to distance myself from the comment, but I agree with the comment. Allegedly. Yes, allegedly I'm agreeing. Because if we go back to witness D's statement, which I had to do last night, I went, guys, it's getting real serious on these streets, okay? Last night I was like, wait a minute. I need to go back and figure out who this person is who has, ended it all, because they're saying that he's implicated at the Mazanga Commission by witness D. Let me go back and read what exactly he did, and I did a video on that. You can go and check it. So I went to the transcript. I opened up the transcript. I knew exactly where to go in the transcript. It was page 142. Get to the transcript. I download the transcript. I get to page 140. Hey, where's 142? Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Where did page 142 go? You see, the transcript has been altered. And I never saved it. I just have a screenshot. That's how I know it's on page 142, because it's a large document and I didn't want to save the entire transcript for space. So shout out to everybody who is sponsoring the channel, okay, and giving all the super thanks, because you are assisting me, okay, because then I'll need more space. I need more space. The space is spacing, okay? I need more space on my device. So shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate you. Yeah, I have to get another device because I can't keep everything. But then guess what? Because I didn't keep, so it was originally 190 pages, the transcript. The transcript is now 140 pages. They removed the transcript part about witness D. They're no longer there. So you see, it's faster for me to go and read the transcripts than to go and watch the 6-hour live to find out where witness D said what. So because the transcript was missing and I only have like one page, so because I'm a storyteller, so I needed to build the story of what exactly he's being implicated for by witness D, that would lead him to literally take a pew pew and go pew pew twice. So the first shot apparently didn't go, just like Zungunizer said about typically saying to his relatives that the first one he didn't take out the pin, it didn't work. Guys, you have to realize how determined this guy was to end it. For you to go and it doesn't happen, and then you do it a second time, that is some serious situationship right there. That's scary. That means those 16 bullets that missed him really scared him, and he was ready to sing like a canary. But the powers that be said, "Don't you dare!" And he said, "You know what? Bet. I'm just gonna end this misery right here, right now, because this is too much. This is too much for me, and I don't think it was a fight between a girlfriend and a boyfriend. They've been girlfriend and boyfriend for years. What was so huge about this fight that he took out his firearm? Anyway, mental health is real, guys, and malangerism is malangering. Okay, people are seeing that. If ask Tabafesta, ask Tabafesta. He's now being dragged into all this because the Tabafesta came back from Tanzania when and only now do they take him to Ebonwen. What's the cat Matlala who's trying to get out of the Ebonwen there over there? KZN tiny. Nobody wants to go to the KZN tiny little province. Stop that. No one wants to go there. It's too real now. It is too real. So anyway, page 142 is gone. All the way to page 190. So I just have a screenshot and I said to myself, why would they take it off? It was there. All the other transcripts are there except for Witness D's testimony. So I had to go and watch the live and find Witness D's testimony and listen to it. And ooh, it's bad. It's bad. No wonder he said, first shot didn't work, second shot, just take me out right away. It's bad because he is the one who tubed, according to Witness D, he's the one who tubed, and he's also the one who carries the body. He's heavily implicated. So it means in the sentencing, he's the one who gets the most amount of time. Okay? Do you hear what I'm saying? That's how bad it is. And I had to sit and watch that transcript. Well, I can't watch a transcript. I had to go back and watch the whole thing because, you see, I'm a creature of habit. I just don't want to talk from memory and get it wrong. I needed to make sure I understood what role this guy played. And it's bad. It's bad. He said, take me 6 feet under now, immediately. I'm not waiting. I'm not even going to Milangarism because they've already told me with 16 bullets, don't you dare say anything else. 16 bullets. Anyway, I've digressed way past the Senzimima trial. So, Julius Mkhwanazi, back to this COVID. My goodness. I think he uses that animated personality to hide the demonic tendencies. Allegedly. Hello, on behalf of Mgulagurus here in London with Polly. Shout out to Polly. And you know what? Let's continue on the tangent. He's about to ride the coattails of this latest incident and say, I told you, you guys don't know what you're playing with. Gooby. And then Bayatizeva Labo. I can't wait to see Kelly Baloyi and Kininda inside party within. I wonder if Kardinal heard about Chowken recording. He's a watching brief. He probably had the recording and told them, no, we can't use this. He's been too quiet. He's too quiet. It is so loud. Jeff Wick moves so. Jeff Wicks is the problem, okay? Jeff Wicks is the good problem. He's the problem that must problem. He's the problem in the Mgulugudu kingdom. He is so problematic. The Mgulugudus are scattering and they're now fighting amongst themselves. You guys absolutely insist on Bongani Ntanzi'S taking the stand, 57%. Okay, I'm listening. You see how easy that is? I'm not always right. I'm not always right. But let me tell you something. Thank you. Number 1. I like the emoji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for contributing to our piggy bank. We need more devices, guys, and we need to grow our studio equipment because what a wow. What a wow. Imagine if I had to go to the transcript, it would have taken me like 5 minutes to read and then I'd have done my video. Do you know how long it takes to watch a 6-hour live? Huh? I had to fast forward to find Witness D. I knew that he came after lunch. And then I had to sit and listen to the whole thing. Something that would have taken me 5 minutes to figure out who's who in the zoo. Ended up taking me a good, let me see. You know what? I think I should download the transcript and then upload them to my website. And you know, I have a website. I just haven't given it a function. I think that's what I should do because space is spacing now. Space is being problematic because you know how that's was so disappointing for me, and I was very disappointed in myself that I didn't have the transcript. Who would have thought they would have deleted 50 pages from the transcript? It's giving sense of me a trial right there. And then they'll be like, no, the transcript record was ruined. We don't have the transcript record. Jeff Wick moves so slick. Jeff Wick said, hey, Shadrach to me, how you doing? This is what I know about you. Is it true? Or is it true? Shadrach to me said, oh my God, give me my burner phone. And that's another thing. Why are they not using burner phones? I think you should be telling Kulugutus all this. Why are they not using burner phones? Am I telling on myself? Anyway, no one listens to the replay live. Why are they not using burner phones? Like, are you kidding me right now? I'm gonna tell you a story. Don't tell anyone. Do I want to tell you the story? Okay, so whatever. I'm gonna tell you the story. So I was traveling, and of course, when I'm traveling, I'm gonna take my devices with me. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have to carry like two. I always like the reason I can't go live is because I don't carry my laptop, and I go live from my laptop. So I don't go live when I'm traveling. So because who wants to carry two devices? I think it's very concerning. Anyway, phones are easier because it's phones. And if you have an iPhone, it's even easier because we now have eSIMs, right? And I've got my eSIMs going, but you can only have one WhatsApp on your phone, something like that. Whatever. Anyway, so I've got several devices. Okay, I've got several devices full, and by several, it means more than two. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. So I'm traveling, and this particular trip, goodness, I'm trying to tell you the story without telling you the story. I'm trying to tell you the parts of the story. Okay, so this particular trip, I got stopped. Okay, so when I got stopped, I had to switch my stuff. And it's so funny being stopped by someone who's never been to the continent, as they like to say in the US, who's never been to Africa. So they look at my phone and they're like, why do you have so many phones? And I'm like, oh, for communication. Yes, of course. I understand you're using them for communication, but why do you have so many? Oh, because, I've got different things that I'm doing with the different phones. And then he says, why can't you just get the SIM card? Oh gosh, this is gonna be a long day. WhatsApp doesn't use SIM cards. What's wrong with you? Yeah, but then he said something. I'll never forget what he said. What did he say? He says, yeah, you should just. And I said, did you hear me? I said, WhatsApp, okay? I use WhatsApp. WhatsApp uses data. I can't be calling direct from a foreign country. Are you out of your mind how expensive that is? And he just didn't understand. I almost got my visa revoked because he didn't understand technology. And then I had to explain, and then he was like, and I was like, go through the phones. There's nothing illegal that I'm doing. They just look a lot, but there's a reason. Each phone has a function. And that's how my mind works. And then when I'm done, I can just switch them all off. I can switch off and just remain with my main phone. And, my Mkulutu tendencies are like shut down when I'm doing something else. Basically, the point I'm getting at is, Severe, why did you pull out your real phone? When they came to get your devices, they knew what they wanted. Duh. And then, as senior counsel said at the Malama Commission, why did you not log into a device while they were still driving to the KZN tiny little province with your devices and start deleting? Yes, Mkhwanazi said, deleting doesn't mean it's gone. But try something at least. Don't make it so easy for them. I'm done giving Gulugutu tips, okay? If you need more tips, go ahead, run me my money. Okay, write me my check. But you guys are failing at this game. It's quite embarrassing how they're catching you. I mean, Jeff Wicks is like, did you or did you not? Anyway, and these are the top. Here's the thing, guys. The thing that I have, the issue that I have with all this is that these are the top cops. How are they making such a rookie mistake? Why are they not watching? What's his name on Netflix? Let me see. What's his name on Netflix? Why are they not watching these shows that we're watching? Come on, do better. Anyway, it's good that you don't know because that's how you got caught. Siyabonga Mia should not come close to the Ratter's court. Sold his soul long time ago. He mixed Gininda and Buthelezi together. Buthelezi and Makuba worked together, not with subsequent favoritism. Okay, wait. What did Mia do? What is Mia guilty of? I can't remember what Mia did. Remind me in the comments what Mia did. I know he did an interview. Anyway, Gininda will be silent. What do you mean? Julius Mkonazi will go down as well. Otherwise, will be silenced before he sings. Advocate Valoi will be removed from the NPA and be arrested for colluding with the cartels. Advocate Valoi inside party within Paula Sullivan's book. Stop me if you can. He is known as a flexible prosecutor. Those are Paul O'Sullivan's words, not mine. Okay? Don't blame me. The Big Five, Malifi, will be rearrested and sent to prison over there as a tiny little province. Cockstad. Watch this face. I confirm my presence from the top. Look at that. Look at my timing. Look at my timing. Okay, honorable member. I'm so glad we've gone past catching feelings when I say from the tiny little province. Let me tell you, in the beginning, the KZNers, they were catching feelings. They were catching feelings as if I would say such a thing about KZN. It was Shadrach Sevilla. Those are the famous words of, are you a criminal? Shadrach Sevilla. I confirm my presence from the tiny little province of KZN. That time, it is not a tiny little province. That's the embarrassing part about it. See, Mayua case accused will finally be acquitted for false allegations. Only in a Dan is such a mood buster. Only in a perfect world. I'm not ready to give the system that much credit. Sadly, I confirm my presence on behalf of Capital Statement of 2017. As you should. If you don't know, that is Marcos Bonge's bank statement that confirms the purchase of alcohol at Jameson with his uncle, Zunganiza. That's the greatest Mkulugudu of all time. Bushiri told just watch the news. All will be done in sequence. All 12? One by one? I confirm my presence on behalf of Avandava. Welcome. Do you speak to Therefore? Yes, I confirm, Miss Fear. That was a dumb question, if you ask me. Duh. They are live together on her channel. How do you think that happened? Do you think it's a fluke? You think that Advocate Therefore just fell into Patricia Michelle's life? Oh, come on. Do you speak to Advocate Therefore? Yes, I come. And then that chain of thought just went nowhere. Did you guys notice that? What was he expecting her to deny? So, that's another thing about Honorable Kasana. None of his questions were interlinked. His questions were like a check mark. For me, that means he can't carry a story, a narrative. So, for example, I'm going to use myself as an example. No pun intended. So I can carry a story from the Mazanga Commission. I can confirm what witness D said and then tie it into why Pretorius took his life. That's the quickest example I can give. So do you see there are two different dates, but then they're connected, and then you connect them together to make it a story. Honorable Kosana couldn't do that because he doesn't really actually know the story. Can I tell you, Patricia Mashale, all those bombs that she dropped, it's not her first time talking about them. I might not do if I was to do a video on everything Patricia Mashale says on her Facebook or everything she exposes. I would just have to call the channel the Patricia Mashale Show. She writes paragraphs. If there's one thing about Patricia Mashale, her written, crazy, crazy business. Let me give you an example. And you can. She's very passionate about many topics at the same time. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to find a long paragraph. Sometimes it's so long. No offense, Patricia. Because I want to show you a point. And she will type. Here's one. Woo, she will type and type and type. I'm still scrolling because I want to give an actual example. Not the latest. Oh my gosh, this one is long. I want to give an example of how long she typed. This is from 4 days ago, but I want to use an example from before she went to the ad hoc committee to show that this is her pattern. And I can just sit here and record videos by just reading from Patricia Mashale's stories and then get the views and then get the check at the end of the month. That's how much she exposes on a daily basis. If Honorable Kosana was interested in probing the truth, if he would have given attention to my introduction statement where I clearly stated that I was appointed as an administration clerk in 2007, and my duties were to monitor all firearm applications. His intention was to discredit my competence and my knowledge, and I'm only on paragraph 2. There's 10 more paragraphs to go. That's how much she types. So the point that I am making is, do you speak to advocate therefore? And then he couldn't say anything after that. Why? Why did he bring up advocate therefore? What was his point? Where did he want to go with it? What did he want to say about advocate? He doesn't have enough to say. He couldn't carry the conversation. And for me, that shows how shallow he is. A very shallow man, and I can't stand it. As for the judge, okay, let's try again. As for Judge retired Rata, nothing will happen to him. He will be excused as a retired judge. The Mayua case will be ruled as a mistrial this year. And I think that with Judge Rata, let's go back to Alf's comment. Where is it? This one. I think that Judge Rata is playing us with this forgetting names business. I think he's doing that on purpose. So that at the end of the day, they'll say, yeah, just look, he's confused. He can't remember anyone's name, blah, 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 blah. That's my honest opinion on that. I'm just trying to get back to where I was in these comments. Thanks to everybody who's commenting and contributing to the engagement of the live. Absolutely love it. As for Judge retired Rata, nothing will happen to him. I believe so too. The Mayua case will be ruled as a mistrial this year, 2026. I don't think Judge Rata will allow that because what does he say? He can take me up on appeal. I'm also getting tired of waiting for Makuba. Why? You know what? I thought he was going to be first. Why are we kept waiting? As if people are not at risk. Oh no. As if people are not at risk every day. Defense just call him already. Moses' dad can come back later. I'm waiting for tomorrow. What am I going to do? Me too. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Ntanzi taking the stand will give the court a chance to remember that these accused were never near the crime scene in 2014. By the way, 58% of you insist Bongani Ntanzi must take the stand. 22% voted no, he isn't strong enough. And 20%, myself included in the 20%, say I'm not sure. The reason I am not 100% certain Bongani Ntanzi should take the stand is because I'm not sure. I'm trying not to say what I have to say, but I'm gonna say it in. I'm not sure that Ramosepele would have prepped him enough or that he would be strong enough. Remember, between the two, there's a language barrier, and they speak between the third person, who is the lady who's always on the phone. I hope she'll be off her phone for the next couple of days and pay attention because, we see you. So there's that disconnect because of the language barrier between them. They're not speaking directly to each other. That is limiting. Whether we like it or not, it is limiting. And some things are lost in translation. Don't believe me? Just listen to Jonas. When he is interpreting what Makosonke has put on the record, he changes it. When he's interpreting what Gwabeni put on the record, he changes it. It doesn't come out the same way. And I understand that the nuances of, language. It just can't happen. English can't be Englishing like that. We also saw it in the Madlanga Commission. They took a good 20 minutes just trying to figure out what Brigadier Matane was saying in one of her audios. And she was saying it one way, and they were saying, no, but this means this. No, but I didn't say that. This is what I meant. Da 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 da. And it just went back and forth, even though she was just thinking. But, yeah. So that's why I'm not confident in Ntanzi taking the stand. And then you all know Balo is going to do the cross examination, and it's going to be tough. So that's why I'm not sure that he should take the stand. But, time has passed. He has matured inside those cells. And obviously, we saw with Umosisivia that someone is coaching him and keeping him well informed. So it will be interesting to see how Bongani Ntanzi handles himself. And all we can do is wait to see. So, and Yumeyiwa case docket will be enacted after the docket has been ruled or judged as a non-trial or a mistrial. If he doesn't take a stand, he will be some degree agreeing with the state evidence, so he must take the stand to clarify some lies. He must just stick to the truth, nothing else. Well, okay, this comment is there. Yeah. You've convinced me. You single-handedly have convinced me. Pat yourself on the back because let's go to Judge Ndim. Yeah, Judge Ndim. He was very angry at the three accused for not taking the stand at all because he's like, you have parts to answer in this case, and you didn't even present a single defense. Like the state in the Joshua Smith trial, the state closed their case, and the defense said, "Yeah, we're done. We were not doing anything. We're not calling any witnesses." And of course, they were convicted and found guilty because they are. But anyway, besides the point, they didn't take the stand. Neither did they call any witnesses, and that enraged Judge Ndim. He was so upset. It was part of his judgment. So I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Bongani Ntanzi must take the stand. And he must be a big boy about it. His life is on the line. I confirm my presence on behalf of Makosonke. Okay, welcome. Do you still remember this docket, Mzansi Unfiltered? I'm talking about which docket? Ntanzi was denied bail, but Katie Malife was given bail by the same judge. Let all be exposed, their time has expired. Ntanzi was denied bail because of, I think, his address. Address is a big, big thing in bail. Katie Malife, I mean, his house was recorded by a helicopter. They know exactly where to find him. And money talk. Money talk. So with Bongani Ntanzi, I think if I remember correctly, it had to do with accommodation. Where is he going to stay? Is he going to be coming to trial? And all that. Sarah says, yes. Sarah, what are you saying yes to? I don't know what you're saying yes to, but welcome. I am sure Kininda is not himself. You can run, but you can't hide, because now we know what you look like. You know what? If Kininda had never hidden himself at the inspection in local, nobody would have actually paid attention to his photo in Paul Sullivan's book. It would have never been a big deal, aka myself. I would have never made a big deal about it. But because he decided to be Ant-Man over there in the inspection in local, like, sir, why? You could have abstained. You could have not even gone. Like the good doctor. The doctor didn't show up. Generals, brigadiers, colonels, and captains will be arrested in the next coming weeks. And guess what? Advocate therefore will be vindicated. I bet you he's watching this so slowly and is like, yep, I said what I said and people called me names. But look at them now. Advocate Rata and Baloy are busy cooking something new since the audio. And just the audio. Oh, the audio. Patricia Michelle's audio. And Rata is also busy with big long books. Rose! You guys see Rose in this clip? Let me show you Rose. Let me show you Rose. Rose! Let me show you Rose. She's here.
Everybody's got a copy. The other councils, do they have a copy?
Yes, they are human, not.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Mr. Mumuzo. They're still under oath.
All right, Mr. Mkhane, before we proceed, I just want to take us back to the question which you asked Mr. Ntanzi about his whereabouts on the 26th of. I need to clarify something. On the 26th of October 2014.
Back to the 6th of October 2014, there was Ntanzi.
When he answered you, according to the instruction that I received, he said if he was not at work, he is at home. At work, according to his instructions, means he could be working or he is at the compound in the workplace inside the company where he's working. What's your comment on that?
Akaba ebile bjalo mara ga ile umshumong bra bona nabe ke go o tsena ka ga mokoti ga ba mshumong.
That's how it goes. But then for me, when he said he was at work, for me it implied that he was in the mine. Would you think of me now?
If according to you, you thought he was inside the mine, he was working, he will not conflict with his version that he was at his workplace, and if he's not at his workplace, he is at home. He won't conflict with the version.
You can explain what you mean when you say home.
In KwaZulu-Natal.
I do not remember him telling me he was in KwaZulu-Natal. What I remember is that he told me that he was at work.
All right. But that is not okay. Let's leave it for argument. The issue of when actually you conducted your investigation from his workplace, you met outside with Katia Kinin and Sergeant Khale, and they departed. They left with you and accused them, the late Mr. Sergeant Mabena.
Yes, we did live together, but we parted ways along the way. Yeah, but who I figured I started to call ended.
Yes, but the main thing is that for the reason of booking out the accused number 2 was done by going to verify whether he went to verify his whereabouts of the 26th of October 2014. That was completed.
That is correct.
Why was he not taken back again after you verified such information? Why was he not immediately taken back to Pretoria in the North Police Station? Instead, you had to book him in 2:30 early hours in the morning.
Right, was a man in another side of it. I'm sure argument. I think about the ceiling. Also, literally, we are low power. So I'm not about a problem.
No, he did not have a problem going with us because when we asked him if he was okay with going with us, he agreed because also there was the problem that if he was taken back to the cell, he was going to be locked up alone and was going to get bored. So that's how they come back. Some people will turn and I think I know how to what's going to be incidents. That's how when some want to ask, what do I get? If you go back and to find some way said I think I must say the men so shall I.
Mr. Mkhan, accused at that time was under your custody.
That is correct.
He had no options.
Well, as what was one hand. If Salad, you may allow another position morale. You come, we like to men are much mala. Not so if it had right with German.
Okay, so that's basically the voice. In case you didn't catch, that is the voice of the bail collector. You know who that is, right? Mr. I like to collect bail. Side hustle. They must actually do a lifestyle audit on him because he collected bail twice. So shout out to a city. Thank you for keeping the lights on in the unfiltered tent. Come on now, come through. I receive it. Thank you so much, Alf. You are so kind. Thank you, City. Yes. And also, wait 1 second. And I got another one. Let me find it. Here we go. Where is it? Did I get it? Yes. Shout out to Sky. Thank you. Thank you so much for financially supporting the channel and for sponsoring today's live. Because you already know we need to get more devices. Because the devising spaces, there's too many glitches, and I'm running out of space, and I need space. I need devices because I'm running. It takes me time, guys. I'm alone, so it takes me time because I've got to download everything, and then I've got to edit, and it all eats up on space. So and space costs money. So I absolutely appreciate you. I work using an iPad Pro, absolute favorite, but I now need to separate. Yeah, I need to separate things because it's panini. It is too much. I need to have things at the click of my fingertip. Like if I'm talking about Shadrach Sabia. Sorry, Shadrach. I don't mean to use you as an example, but I did try to tell you. I tried to tell him though. Stop talking, because then you're forcing me to react to anything you do. So, for example, I'm trying to find the Shadrach Sabia video when he was asked about his baby mama. Can you imagine? You know what it's like in the baby mama kingdom. You're not even talking to this woman anymore, and then these people come and ask you, "Do you know?" Yes, I know her. I know her very well. We have a child together. What else do you want to know? Let me see if this is the clip. Wait. Let me see. Is this the one? This was hilarious. Let me see. Okay. Wait.
With the former way.
It is the one. Did you see how fast I found that clip? I need my clip at my fingertips like this. Let's listen to this one together. Wait, I gotta. Oh, I think you guys didn't hear it. Let me get off Bluetooth so it doesn't play only for me. No, I don't know that. Bluetooth. How do I get off Bluetooth? Not connected. Perfect. I think you'll hear it now. Listen to Shadrach Sevilla. Inside Palliative in the ad hoc committee. I have to say, this is one of my favorites here.
Bonana Wenya. With the former Wenya. We have what? You collapse too. Now we can turn him into a witness. We do you know Mr. Mwenya, who's the former Deputy National Commissioner? I know her. What is your relationship with her? The mother of my child? Where does she work currently? I'm not sure. Did she ever work for a company of whose cat Matala? Not at all.
Did she get a PPL from Vusima's cat Matala? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Sharon. Don't take it personal. Because we're trying to locate. Apparently, there's a brigadier inside Palliative within the SAPs who received a BBL from Cat Matala. Like, what? Guys, we are just guests in this story. The country belongs to the Mkulugutus, and we are just here for show. So, the clip that I just played, that is a sample. Tiny sample, Nyana, okay? From Mukhane. I was confused. I always have to do this rhyme in my head to know which is which. Mohane. That is Mohane, Mr. Bail Collector. Shout out to Mr. Bail Collector. Can you please prepare people's refunds? Because we're on you. Okay, cold drink unit. We know your MO. We know how it rocks. So here are a couple of things that I think that in Bongani Ntanzi'S defense that Ramosepele should cover. Now that you guys insist, and I listen. You insist that Bongani Ntanzi must take the stand. Now 62% of you. Wow. You guys really want him on the stand. Okay, so I think we can confirm Bongani Ntanzi must take the stand. One of the things he must cover is this thing about being at work and the boss coming to say he was not at work. I think that will be huge in tearing the state's case down. I don't know if the boss is Mkulugutu or if the Mkulugutu-nesses, something happened there and they were like, this is what you're going to have to say. Okay, here's your script. Follow it exactly. That was in a trial within a trial. But that's going to be a huge pin in Bongani Ntanzi'S defense case. And I really, 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 really hope he addresses it. But as I was listening to Advocate Tulani Joshua Ngomezulu, the late, may his soul continue to rest in peace, I actually just realized he said something here. Did you guys catch it? Did you catch it? Drop it too in the comment section if you caught what Ngomezulu said. See, this is why I like to go back in time and listen. The audio is really bad. But Ngomezulu said something here that must be explored. I've never worked in a mine. I've also never been to a mine. But I imagine if you work at the mine and you live at the mine in the mine provided accommodation, you are counted as present. It doesn't mean you're underground. It just means you're on the premises. Am I right? Did I catch Ngomezulu correctly? Let me know if you also picked that up in the comment section down below. Patricia says, Ntanzi will do well. God is in control. Oh, wait. So you guys know I've got two lives running, right? I've got one and the short speed. Patricia's commenting from the short feed. And no, it's not Patricia Mashale, but it's Patricia. All protocol observed. Okay, cool. So all the comments come in one shot. Thank you for commenting as well. Alf says, true. Sia Mia. Is it Sia Mia? Yeah, that rhymes. Sia Mia is a flip-flopper. And this is acting dumb to save his life. Guys, I think if you watch the Mzansi Commission, you can see it's tough out here. I also don't blame the witness who didn't show up for Omnisi. I hate that they didn't show up, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It cannot be easy going against the state. Why do you sound different during the live session? It is not very audible. I have raised my volume, but you sound so different. You must be part of the intelligence gang. So why do I sound different? Because on my live, okay, yeah, please go ahead and drop a super thanks. Shout out to our sponsors for today's live. Because my live, the mic that I use is different from the mic that I use when I record. When I record, I use a DJI mic, and I love it so much. Okay? Thank you to all the channel members for sponsoring our DJI mic. But when I am in my live, my setup, you know what? I think I need to get a DJ to just come and set this thing up for me properly. I don't know how to do it. Okay, I have a sound card. I have to wear headphones and connect to my mic. And this mic is just a mic. Okay, it's a no-name mic. Okay, so if you want to hear the sound improve on our live stream, and we get a Rode mic, because those ones cost a fortune. Drop a super thanks. Yeah, drop a super thanks. Drop a super thanks. Watch the ads. Hit the like. Share the video. Hype the video. Shout out to the hypers. Okay, I don't know what hyping is, but YouTube is telling me you're hyping, and I'm so excited. It makes me so happy because it's like, what is this? Thanks for hyping the live. Thanks for hyping the video. Thanks for all the super chats. In fact, guys, I don't normally ask for super thanks. Okay, don't take it personal. I'm just sharing with you the power of super thanks. And if you can, kindly support the channel because we need to upgrade our devices. Now we have someone officially complaining about the sound and telling my business that there's a difference in the audio, which is true. There is 100%. There's a difference in audio. My DJI mic, I absolutely love it. And I bet you I could even connect it during live. I just don't know how to do it. I think I've got a DJ friend. I'm going to ask him to come over and set up all these things for me so that it's set up once and for all and it's good. Deal? Deal. So don't forget, hit the super thanks. Hit the super thanks. Okay? So that is the answer to your burning question. And I gave you an answer. That they took a leaf from Omozi. He will do well, but Rams should. Yeah, I think it's Rams. I think my hesitation is because my mind is stuck on the bail application of Bongani Ntanzi'S, and it was like, what the hell is this? Like, what are you doing? What is this? Even me on the street can tell you that was a weak application, but we're not there. Okay, it's in the past. It's in the past. So we'll see. I saw a post on Facebook. Yes, we spoke about it. This pet dog has allegedly been poisoned. Yes, we spoke about it. You, Ali. But thank you for reminding us. The picture is very sad, guys. Go over to Patricia Mashale's post and tell her I sent you there. Okay? Tell her you're from Mzansi Unfiltered Live. And we gave honor to her dog. Pam says, good evening, family. Hello, Pam. Super thanks, super thanks, super thanks, super thanks. Channel memberships, that's the funds that I use, okay, to keep the lights on, yes, as well as to purchase equipment. So my next equipment purchase is definitely, I need another iPad Pro. I use iPad Pros because they're easy to carry. Or should I just get a MacBook? I don't know. At the time, when I went to the Apple store, I was like, this is what I need. This is what I use it for. Which should I do? And the guy was like, iPad Pro, not a MacBook, because of how you use the device. So, and it's been I've been using this device and it's been great. It's just that space is now running out for me. Yeah. And kind of sucks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks, the sky. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the super thanks. I appreciate every super thanks. They go into my little cookie piggy bank. They go into my piggy bank, okay? Because I don't have a Woolworths bag, okay? I'm not funded by any influencers. You guys are actually funding me. Every watch, like, watching an ad, sharing, hyping, dun, all that, it contributes to the success of the channel. And long live the spirit of the Dlabadla, Mngomezulu, Advocate Mngomezulu and Nisi were going to slam this cage shut by the... Yes. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. This case is unique. It's based on statements than evidence. It's not even based on investigation. Can you imagine? It's so great to see real recognizes real. I don't understand. In the end, we have to thank the late Mzansi. Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with this. I thought you were going to go to Kelly Kumalo, but okay. I'll read the rest of the comment. In the end, we have to thank the late Mzansi for refusing to go down without a fight. He will fight until his killers are brought to justice. That's right. That's right. So, guys, you know how the house rules work? I can't wait for tomorrow. Me too. You know how the house rules work. Hey, Prince. All protocol observed. You're late, but you're here. So you're never too late. In the mind. Oh! Yes, thank you. I love it when you guys educate me. In the mine, you clock in for duty and you clock out at the end of the shift. Therefore, if Ntanzi was on duty the day the mine can produce the time, then they could deduce the time lapses from day to. Oh, Lord. I like this comment. Thank you for sharing. So you can clock in. Okay, so you clock in to go into the mine, to go down the mine. Let's say to go down the mine. And then when you come back up, you clock out that you've come up. And then when you're not working, you are free. So no one is tracking your movement. So the boss came and said he was not there. That's what the boss said. So Bongani Ntanzi'S must prove. He must prove it. He must prove it. He must prove it that he was there. I think that's all he needs to tackle. I think he needs to tackle that and create doubt in the state's case. Correct, and the timing of the call should be identified too and reconciled with the mine registry clock book. Yes. I think they should tackle the mine. They really should. Why is it that the state quotes Mngomezulu's led evidence and quizzes witnesses on it, and yet Omnisi has never referred any witness to what Mngomezulu said? Why is the state allowed to cross-examine on it? Because Omnisi wants to stand on his own two legs. If you remember, when Mngomezulu passed away, I have to end the live abruptly because the system needs to end now. I'm so sorry, but I'm ending it now because otherwise I'm going to be stuck with a lot of work.
So you also believe that could have been planted there?
Nomganjan, ya planto mfisi. Lo wathi wayibona uyena wafika nayo lo project sana.